Wezath Yehal, it's Halta Kevin, and you're watching Word Comparison between Elfdalian and Old English. You're probably assuming, Elfdalian, and it must have to do with elves, it must have to do with Lord of the Rings and all things fanciful and all that. Neza. The elf prefix of this name of this language, Elfdalian, is actually an anglicization of the Swedish word, let me look here, Elfdalska. And elf is a word that means a river. Now that is out of the way, we can go deeper into what is this language really. Elfdalian is a minority language in Sweden, which is spoken roughly about 2,000 people, which is very small in comparison to more popular languages. One of the many things that make this language special is that this language was written in runes until the 20th century. Ooh. An interesting feature of this language is that it has remnants of Old Norse. And, well, one would assume, what, Old East Norse or Old West Norse? Well, it's actually West Scandinavian, which is really confusing because when we think of Swedish, we think of Old East Norse. That's where the language comes from. Just as Danish comes from Old East Norse as well. There are two more features of this language that make it even more interesting. For example, it has the infamous, well, I like to call it infamous because it took me 3 months to get this sound correct. It is called the Velar Fricative, and it makes this sound. Elfdalian has it, and Old English has it. As well, another feature of this language, it has the dative case. The dative case, for those of you who don't know, is the indirect object of a sentence. If you would like to know more about the dative case, then click on an annotation on the screen to check out my video on the dative case. Let's just compare Elfdalian and Old English. Our first word is the pronoun I. And in Elfdalian, it's ir. Yes, so this word has the Velar Fricative, hence ir. And in Old English, I is ich. However, I have not explored this in my videos yet, but I'll give you a snippet of what's to come in future videos. Is that there is another way to say itch in Old English, and that's ick or ikke. Because thing is, there's a difference between West Saxon and Northumbrian Old English, and these are two dialects. And in West Saxon, it's itch, and in Northumbrian, it's ick, I think. Yeah. Well, anyway, if I'm incorrect, let me know. So when I make videos on the Northumbrian dialect of Old English, I would be more prepared. Our next word in Elfdalian is it. And that is the number 1. And in Old English, 1 is an. Like how we say today, I ate an apple. I ate 1 apple. Our next word is the word now. In Elfdalian, it's nu. And an interesting feature that I forgot to mention in the intro of this video is that Elfdalian has this tail to its letters, to some of its letters, and this tail is called an ogonek. What's the point of having an ogonek? What it does, it makes the letter have a nasally sound. And in Old English, now is nu. Our next word is mother. And mother in Elfdalian is muna. But I've seen a video on YouTube recently, and it translated muna as grandmother, so I don't know, but for the sake of this video and simplicity, muna, mother, in Elfdalian, and in Old English, mother is modor. Our next word is father. Father in Elfdalian is fader. And which is interesting about this language, it has the letter eth, just like Old English. That is that weird, like, O with a fork at the top. I don't know. That's called eth. And makes a th sound like the. And in Old English, father is fader. Our next word is wild animal. In Elfdalian, it is diur, diur. And in Old English, wild animal, as opposed to domestic animal, is deor, deor. The word for fish in Elfdalian is fisk, and in Old English, fish. Land in Elfdalian is land, Old English, land. Comb in Elfdalian is camb, so camb, and in Old English, camb. Our last word in this video is the word wolf. Wolf in Elfdalian is warg, warg, which is really interesting because a W is a W, unlike other modern Germanic languages where a W is a V. Wolf in Old English is wolf, wolf. And that's it for this video. My name is Kevin and you're watching Word Comparison on Lærende Old English. If you really like my stuff, please like and follow my Facebook and Twitter down below. And as well, you can check out on Facebook Learn Useful Elfdalian. As a page I run with a friend of mine who is of Elfdalian, if you will, of Elfdalian heritage. And him and I are working together to help revive this language because unfortunately it is a dying language and we can change that. Anyway, take care.